Yep, Independence is a vibe. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Independence is a Vibe, because you know that it is.
Yes, sir.
So, as always, we like a little roundabout topic for you, you know what I'm saying? Something for you to kind of chew on, let your mind marinate a little bit. And so we like to hit you with the topic for the day. That topic would be finding confidence and self-esteem with a disability. I think it's got a little
ring to
a little
it.
pinch to that one, man. It's
Yeah, a little salt.
a little flavor, you know.
Yeah, a little seasoning to it.
Just to kick things off, you know, like, is confidence and self-esteem the same thing?
Depends on how you look at it.
I said I was gonna give y'all something to chew on a little bit. Y'all ain't know I was coming there early with it, though, did you? I think that confidence and self-esteem, they similar, but they not exact.
Basically, how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, self-esteem, right? How you feel about yourself? Yeah. But see, like confidence, you could be good in one area with confidence and not good in another area. So you have to work on the areas that you're not confident in. But I think self-esteem, the way you feel about yourself, I think a lot of that comes with, you know, how you started life out. You know, as far as like how you grew up and things like that. But I don't think they exactly the same, but I do think they are similar.
Yeah, they have similarities.
And as you build your confidence, your self-esteem comes with it. That's what I believe. You know, now, really, you know, talking about confidence, right? Some people are naturally confident. You know, just like you could be naturally good at speaking or naturally good at sports or something like that.
But born with that gift, huh?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a good way to put it, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but there are some people that's just not naturally, like, you're not born confident.
You gotta practice, really.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I remember the first time I had ever worked a job, right? That's where building my confidence in certain areas started kind of showing. You know, before I worked anywhere, I was just kind of to myself, you know, chilling in the house, playing video games and stuff like that, you know, working on music or whatever my hobbies were at the time.
Yeah.
But it, you know, like, as far as my personal confidence, being by myself all the time didn't do much for that. You know what I'm saying? But I always did kind of see myself, you know, like, I didn't never be over confident about myself, but I had plenty of self-esteem. You know, I just wasn't confident in all areas.
Yeah.
You know, but you definitely got to have, you know, a good feeling about yourself. Nobody should ever feel anything negative about their own self.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I feel like for me, it started when I was younger, you know. I feel like, you know, my mom always spoke life into me and made me feel like I can conquer anything in the world.
Right.
So that kind of helped to build up my self-esteem and confidence, man.
Right. Because challenges would either destroy your self-esteem as well as your confidence.
Yeah.
Or to boost it.
Right.
And see, a lot of that too comes from the people that surround you. Like you said, your mom spoke life into you.
Yeah.
Just like my parents did with me. And then my parents challenged me every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't clean my room for me. No, they told me, hey, go in there and clean that room.
Yeah, same with me.
You know, and it's like, well, what if I can't pick up the stuff? Like, what if it's, you know, I got to put stuff on the shelf and the shelf too high? Figure it out.
That's it.
It's your room, it's your shelf, it's your stuff. The stuff was up there, and you somehow got it down, so you can somehow put it back.
Right, you put it down, so pick it up.
You know, what if I can't balance enough to make up the bed? Figure it out. Sit in a chair and make up the bed if you got to. But make up that bed. You know, and little small challenges when you're a kid can have big boosts on your confidence when you're an adult.
Yeah, I had those, you know, I guess you could say tough love too, you know, but I feel like it made me a better person though. Because, you know, once you get out into the real world, society ain't gonna take it easy on you.
Yeah, ain't no mercy.
Ain't no mercy. Ain't nobody finna baby you. They ain't gonna care that you have a disability.
For real. Can you help me with this? They like, nah, man, I'm busy.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah. You know, and that's why I appreciate my parents to this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when y'all see this video, again, y'all shout out, like, you know, I appreciate y'all. Because by y'all challenging me, you know what I'm saying, that made me the man I am today.
Right.
I'm kind of stubborn sometimes when it come to asking for help. You know, my wife tell everybody that she be like, man, he don't like for nobody to help him. If he fall, please don't touch him. You know, he'll get up even if he hurt. He'll rather lay there in pain until he get up. Like, I'm bullheaded, you know. But I feel like, you know, I like the fact that I'll have help if I need it. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, like, figuring out how I'm gonna get out of this problem, that challenge now has become fun to me. You see what I'm saying?
Made you a better problem solver, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If your bills is too high, you ain't got enough funds, then figure out how you gonna make some more money.
Every day I'm hustling.
Rick Ross, huh? Right, you know what I'm saying? It's the challenge.
Yeah.
And like I said, it started when I was a kid, just little small stuff. Figure out how I'm gonna make up the bed. Figure out how I'm gonna put something that was up high, you know, it's down low now. So how I'm gonna pick this up and put this thing back where it was at, in the top of the closet, you know what I'm saying? But I can't climb up there.
Yeah.
And then when I got my second job working in retail, I had to figure out how I was gonna move heavy stuff in my department if I'm the only one scheduled to work. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be on the two-way 24 hours a day or at least 2 or 3 hours a day. Hey, can y'all come help me, you know, move this TV? I'm like, nah, I had to figure that junk out.
Start slanging them TVs.
Oh, I was sliding boxes. I was sliding boxes. Now, of course, when it came to setting up the demos and stuff like
I don't know how they got broke.
50 inches, 60-inch TVs, I couldn't, you know, physically lift those.
Yeah.
So I had to call for help, you know, for that, because they didn't want me to hurt myself, of course. And also, I couldn't destroy the store merchandise because I'd lose my job. You know, so I had to ask for help for that. But if it was in the box, or I would slide, how you gonna get that to the rack? I'm a big boy, you know what I'm saying? Show you what this upper body strength look like. I'm about to slide it.
It's gonna get there, trust me.
For real. I slid TVs all into them, and they was hitting them. Ooh, I'm just like, well, I got it over there.
Hey, allegedly you did that. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I never damaged one product.
Right, allegedly you did that. Yeah, allegedly.
You know, but yeah. You know, you got to figure it out. You know, and figuring stuff out will tend to make you smarter. It'll make you stronger, make you quicker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, becoming a problem solver, man. If somebody always doing something for you all the time, you ain't never gonna learn nothing.
Right.
You know, you're gonna always be dependent.
Right. And as our title of the podcast says, independence is a vibe. So, you know, you want that independence. You know, and it's okay to have help. You need a support group. Everybody does. It don't matter if you able-bodied or disabled or whatever. You know, whether you live by yourself or you got people that live with you. Everybody needs, you know, help. There's nothing wrong with having help. But the core is, if you didn't have help, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? My parents used to tell me all the time, I would fall, and then people would be like, man, y'all need to help him up. And my parents would be like, no, don't touch him, leave him alone. And they like, man, y'all so cold. And they like, if we keep helping him up, how's he going to learn to get up on his own?
Right.
When he gets older, we not going to be there at school with him. You know, when he's in his own house or on his own place, he fall, we not going to be coming from our house to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? So how's he going to, you know, when he working, we not working with him. If he fall, he need to know how to get up.
Yeah.
Man, I remember me and my sister and some of our cousins, we had went to the movies one time, right? And, you know, my sister, she always laugh when I tell this story. But when we went into the movie theaters, it wasn't raining. So when we came out the movie theater, it was raining. And right when you step out of the door to come, you know, outside the movie theater, there was concrete right there that was real smooth and it was wet.
Okay.
So, you know, nobody told me, hey, Chris, the concrete was wet. So I was talking to one of my cousins or something like that. But I was kind of behind everybody, you know, at the back of the line. And when I came out, as soon as I got outside and put the crutches on the concrete, one crutch went to the left and the other crutch went to the right.
Oh, man.
And I went face first, like chest first into the concrete. Boom! It was loud, too. And my sister looked back And her first reaction was to bust out laughing. She was holding her stomach, like, rolling. And so some people that we didn't know, some people they was in line, they was, ducking under the rope trying to come over there to help me up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, "Are you with anybody?" And my sister ran over. She's like, "That's my brother." You know what I'm saying? And my cousins came walking up. That's like, that's our cousin. And my sister was still laughing. And the people who we didn't know, they was like, "That's your brother?" And she was like, "Yeah." And they was like, "Why are you laughing? That's not funny. He could be hurt." You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Chris, are you hurt?" And I was like, "Nah." And I kind of did like a little push up and boost myself up. Then I, got up and they handed me my crutches and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And them people, like, their eyes was just like, if they could kill, she'd be dead right now. Like,
Dang.
they was just like, "That's just wrong. You don't do, But people that grew up around me, like, they used to seeing me, like, hit the ground hard and just get up.
Yeah.
So my cousins and to my sister, that was nothing, nothing new for them. But for people that don't know, they like, "Man, that's cold. Y'all wrong," stuff like that. I mean, and we laughed about it, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't hurt, more embarrassed than hurt, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's another thing too. Sometimes stuff that should embarrass you, you just practice not letting it get to you.
It's kind of like me when I was growing up, man. I stayed flipping over.
Oh, for real?
And my cousin or whatever, or friends, they'll laugh.
Mm-hmm.
But people that didn't know me personally, they'll be, they'll
Be
the
mad.
same reaction. Like, "You're not gonna help him up?" I'm like, "Nah, man, he know how to do it.
He got it.
He got it. This dude done flipped over like 100 times.
He flipped over like 100 times.
Like 100 times, it ain't nothing now." But on the outside looking in, if they don't know you personally, they gonna take it
Yeah.
personal.
I mean, you wish they should. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because the way you see, if you don't know, you just like, that's not funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It may be funny if an able-bodied person fall and everybody's laughing, but this person is clearly disabled and he fell or she fell,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all laughing. I don't think that's funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now me personally, like, if I don't know you and you just bust out laughing because I fell, I'm gonna fight. You know what I'm saying? I remember I worked one place I worked. This lady, she was climbing this ladder. She was getting some boxes down off the top of the rack, but it was early in the store. No customers was in there, and I was the new guy. And so my manager was like, "We about to start letting the customers in. Why don't you go to the rack, the aisle where Miss Jackie is, and just stand at the aisle so nobody walks up while she's throwing stuff down." Well, I'm not expecting her to be literally throwing stuff down, so
Yeah.
when I walked to the aisle, you know what I'm saying? She literally threw a box down and it missed my head by like that much.
Dang.
So I stood at the end of the aisle, I was like, "Hey, whoa," and she knew I had a disability and stuff like that, and she
Yeah.
but she literally just was throwing stuff off the top. I'm talking about big heavy boxes, bro. And she came down the ladder, and I was like, "Bro, you could have killed somebody just now, like." You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost fell trying to dodge the box. And she said, "Chris, I ain't gonna lie. If you would have failed, I would have came down and helped you up, but I'd have been laughing." Oh, she said, I would have been laughing pretty hard. That's pretty funny.
Like, why was she throwing boxes down anyway like that?
Because they had a lot of merchandise up there that had to be stocked out. But the stuff that she was throwing down is not stuff that was breakable. So I guess, like, instead of her taking her time and put it on the ladder and then come down the ladder and put stuff on the ground and go back up, she's just she didn't work smart at all. It was just trying not to work hard,
Just throw it down.
Just throw it down. Yeah.
If you get hit, then you just...
Right. Then somebody sue the company and she lose her job.
Right.
And at that point in my life, and she was like an older lady, so she should have known better, like, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, you know what?
I would have let it hit me.
Some of that stuff was hard in the boxes, man. I was trying to die.
Let it hit me.
Travis said I would have let it hit me.
Let it hit me.
But I thought at that point, I was like, just because a person is up in age, it don't necessarily make them smarter or more compassionate, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it been times where I've fallen and laughed, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like if I don't really know you, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if you laugh, it's almost like you trying to bully me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's cause for me wanting to brush you in your head, but that's something that I had to work on for a minute. God had to deal with me on some things. It was a whole process.
Yeah.
you know. And since we're on the subject of like, finding your confidence, you know what I'm saying? That's a good word to use because sometimes people want to be better in multiple areas. They want to be better in multiple ways and they don't know how to get there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I say, if I was giving tips, my first tip might seem so obvious, but just keep living.
Yeah.
Just keep going because you're going to come up against some things where you're going to have to do something that you might not be good at or you may not be comfortable with. But if you do it, I promise you, your confidence and your self-esteem will go up.
Yeah, like we always say, man, life be life.
It's going life. Yeah.
So you're going to have things, life going to always throw you a curveball and you got to figure things out. And that's going to help you to build that experience and know what to do next time.
Right. And it's multiple areas in my life where I want more confidence
Yeah.
in, but I know like I'm gonna have to work on those areas. The thing I haven't figured out is how do I build confidence in the areas where I want to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So some stuff have to do with just working on muscles and building up a certain like core strength and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Some things is me stepping out, like you say, networking with people. You know what I'm saying? So, and some stuff, I just need to keep doing what I'm doing until I figure it out.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
So, yeah. I mean,
none of us have it all figured out, man.
now some of us are good at acting like we got it all figured out, though.
Yeah.
And it's not that I strive to be one of those people, but I kind of like the fact that, like, some people, you could say they confidence or they swag or whatever you want to say, it just be up there no matter if they know what they doing or not. It's like, bro, you know what you're doing? Man, yeah, this ain't that hard to do. And then they mess it all up. They mess it all up,
I mean, as long as you try.
Right. Nothing beats a failure but a try, so.
I mean, in life, we basically all just wing it anyway. Ain't no handbook at this.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean,
you say we winging it. I be feeling like some of us got the sauce and some of us don't. But the ones that got the sauce, I mean the ones that don't have the sauce, we cooking them.
Well, I mean, some people have more knowledge at things or more resources,
That's
to
true
help
too.
them do whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you got the knowledge to do things, then of course it's gonna look like you know what you're doing, huh?
Right.
You got it all figured out. That's because you got the resources for that.
It's just like people have told me, they was like, bro, I couldn't. I remember at church one time, I got called out the blue to come and like tell my testimony or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was not planning on it. I was not expecting it at all. I was chilling, and like the assistant pastor came, passed my pew, and he was like, "Hey, come with me right quick," like that. So I'm like, "Where we going?" So we go down the hallway or whatever. We go around the other part of the building and come through these double doors behind the stage. And there's a couple other people in the hallway. And they was like, "Hey, Chris, what's going on, man? Yeah, you next." I'm like, "Next for what? What we doing?" We get up to the door where it opens up to go to the stage. And the assistant pastor's like, "Okay, I'm going to give you the introduction. And after the introduction, you just going to talk about how God blessed you, with your testimony. Go, just come up there and just do it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, nobody said, the day before, "Hey, I'm going to call Chris and see if he want to." No, it wasn't none of that. Like,
Yeah.
but I got up there, you know what I'm saying? And God was with me. I wasn't scared, but I was nervous. You know what I'm saying? And I did it. I just told him how good God was to me or whatever. And the place, like, it erupted. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't expecting that. And then I went back to my seat and people was like, "Bro, you did that before. Like, you didn't seem nervous or anything." And I was like, "If you only knew." But the more you do something, the more confidence you have. Just like us being on camera. You know what I'm saying? Like, with us being on camera as much as we have and putting stuff out on YouTube and people seeing it on social media and YouTube, like, this is ground zero training for when we standing on the stage with like 50,000 people.
Oh yeah.
And lights in our face and the camera's on and they're like, "Okay, what y'all gonna say to the crowd?" It's like,
all eyes on me.
Man, we ready.
Yeah.
So I mean, self-esteem is how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And confidence basically is how you feel about maybe doing something that you had never done. And that's why I said earlier, they not the same, but they are similar in certain ways.
Right.
And the way you build either one is just to do stuff. You know,
Yeah.
do something that might be tough to you. You know,
Taking risks.
exactly. You know, and I'm learning that. That's a lesson I'm learning slow. Cause my wife will tell people I don't like to take too many risks. I'll take certain risks if they calculate it.
Yeah.
But just jump out there and do something, I'll be like, nah. Let me do some research first. let me talk to my team and make sure I have stuff lined up. But sometimes you can't plan everything.
Nah.
You know, sometimes you can't. You miss opportunities trying to plan everything. So that's one thing I'm learning. You know, people be like, well, what's the goal for next year or what's the resolution? I don't have a resolution for next year. But
Taking it one day at a time.
Exactly, like just taking them small steps. I ain't trying to.
I mean, I guess they mean like, what's your
What's my goal for
Goal?
next year?
whether small or big?
I mean, small goals is what lead to big goals. You know, so small steps lead to big goals. So I mean, if I had to say small goals, it'll be, you know, every day to keep God first and find a way to, you know, keep my physical strength up, keep my mental strength up, you know, and just live. Ultimate goal is to be a better person by the end of 2024 than I am right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, financially, to be in a better financial spot by the end of next year than I am right now. You know what I'm saying? Same thing business-wise.
It's always a good thing.
Right.
Uh,
So, I mean, like, I don't have many goals, but I do have some. You know?
Sometimes you can't let your left hand know what your right hand doing sometimes, though.
That's true.
That too.
That's true.
Just tell them stay tuned. That's all you gotta do. If you don't want to talk about it.
You know?
Uh,
But yeah, man.
but yeah, I mean, y'all drop a comment and let us know, you know, how you build confidence and self-esteem.
Right. Have you been through some things that kind of shook you up, but in the end, it built you? You know what I'm saying?
Gotta
Like,
bounce back.
uh-oh. Bounce back kid over here, huh?
Like Juvie. Juvie said you gotta bounce back. Yeah, y'all drop a comment. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Independence is a Vibe, because you know that it is.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned.
And we'll be back next week with another video.
We out.
Peace.
Oh, peace. You supposed to say.